Hi guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Tonight I'm not really doing a beer review, but a good friend of mine who I used to work with many years ago in Wellington has started brewing, and he sent me down some of his beers and he wanted me to give him some feedback on them. So I'm going to do that tonight. So his name is Michael Yong. Oh, here's his beer here. So he sent me down a pale ale and just a bit of feedback on it. So I actually tried the beer last night, but I thought I would open another one. I'll go through and just give my thoughts about the beer, and yeah. So anyhow, so Michael is, I'll just give it a wee crack. Wee hiss there. Michael is brewing all grain. Great hop smell straight off the nose there. Yeah, brewing all grain. I'm not sure how long he's been brewing. I don't know too much about it, but let's just pour the beer and have a look. Look at that. It's bottle conditioned, so clarity. Not the clearest, but clarity's never been a priority of mine, to be in all honesty. Anyhow, so here's my thoughts for you, Michael. The hop aroma on the nose is fantastic, absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure what's in there. Is there some Savan, maybe some Mochueka, something like that? Certainly tastes like a bit of Mochueka and Savan. Okay, so I know you've had problems with exploding bottles in the past, and that really just is a sugar thing with your bottle conditioning. So maybe a little bit more carbon here. That's just increasing your sugar, but I know you're probably paranoid about putting in too much sugar. Now, one thing I would say, and by all means I'm certainly no expert, but I mean I've only been brewing about 9 months or something like that, is when I asked you via email whether you were using temperature controlled fermentation, it was kind of yes, and to some degree, but not really, not with a unit of sort. But have a little taste of this. The malt profile is there, the hops are there, and there's that other little flavour in there with the beer that you get. And my experience to date has been that just to remove that little flavour that you can pick up is temperature controlled fermentation. Because for me, and this is the way I do it, and probably now for maybe 5 months, I haven't really had too many issues with this in terms of my process, is with temperature control. Is I normally ferment for about 5 days at 18 degrees. I then lift it up to the next day up 19, and then I do it until I get to final temperature about 22. Diacetyl rest, I believe they call it, and that just helps alleviate some of those sort of off flavours, some of those sulphur flavours that happen. One of the things about like keeping that yeast at that constant level of eating sugars and fermenting, basically all the fermentation process, is you're not getting those sort of those funny flavours that come into your beer. You get cleaner profile coming through. It's a bit like if it's a bit too warm and you put the yeast in, they go crazy, they have a massive party, and well, it's like anything when you have a lot of alcohol quickly, it all ends up very messy, doesn't it? People end up, anyhow. So the trick really is, I would recommend to you, the next stage is, I know you've got a fridge, and probably got a heat pad, and you're in Wellington, is to go down and see Carl at All Grain and buy a temperature control unit. They're about $120, or you can look online and you can build one. You need STC 1000, I believe, unit. and you can make one, and you'll probably do that for, I don't know, $40 of the bits and pieces that you need. That will transform your beer quite a lot. It will just lift it to that next level, because it's very, very good beer, but just cleaning up some of those flavour profiles. Very good, by the way. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so that's my recommendation. Anyhow, back to Homebrew Wednesday. What's been up? I haven't been watching any videos for the last 2 weeks. I've just been on holiday, been too busy. So I'm going to sit down this weekend. I'm going to catch up on heaps of vids and see what you guys have been up to and that sort of thing. The other thing is that I've learnt is I made this beer. Well, I probably kegged it about 5 weeks ago, and I've got one bottle left now. And I had a bottle of it the other night. And actually, Michael, you had it. That's one I sent you, called the Nibbler, and it was outrageously good. I mean, it was seriously good, and it was just a beer that I made with bits floating around and on the fly. And luckily, I recorded the recipe, and I'm actually seriously thinking that this may be the beer for my SJ Pour Challenge, just simply because it was such an outstanding beer. Yeah, that's the space I'm in. My oatmeal stout's in the fermenter, and I dry hopped it with the cocoa nibs, and I have to say, bloody brilliant. Worked really well. Used 50 grams of cocoa nibs to 20-ish litres of beer for a nice chocolate flavour, but I think you could increase that to 100 grams quite comfortably of cocoa nibs. So if people got other thoughts on that, that would be great. Yeah, anyhow, just brief one tonight. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. I'm going to try and get into a couple of these videos that I haven't been into for a while. Once again, Michael, lovely beer. Let's say it's probably about, what, 1058 gravity, somewhere around that originally. You can just tell by that mouthfeel. Keep up the good work. A little bit more sugar in your beer. Increase that carb. You guys have a great Homebrew Wednesday, and I'll catch you next week with probably something a bit more interesting to say. Alright, see you later. Bye.